As technology advances and crime detection systems improve, coupled with the rise of DNA testing and ubiquitous surveillance through cameras and various devices, it has become nearly impossible for criminals to evade capture. However, errors still occur, sometimes stemming from human mistakes, while other times they result from negligence and corruption. Precisely for this reason, the death penalty does not exist in many countries around the world. A person under arrest has the right to prove their innocence. And sometimes, even after many years, with the emergence of new evidence or circumstances in a case, it becomes clear that the person was imprisoned by mistake. Today, I will tell you about cases where individuals have been sentenced to death despite their innocence. But there's no way back. Ledell Lee. In 1993, a woman named Deborah Reese had been strangled and beaten with a small wooden bat. Several of Reese's neighbours said they saw Lee near the house and identified him to police. He was arrested less than an hour later. Lee was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to death on October 16, 1995. And in 2017, he was executed.
But I swear to God, I didn't kill those people.
But a couple years ago, in 2021, new DNA testing found unknown male DNA on the murder weapon and bloody clothes found at the scene. The judge even had conflict of interest with this case.
4 years after Ledell Lee's execution, new evidence requested by the Innocence Project and ACLU shows Lee's DNA was not on the wooden club or a bloody shirt found at the crime scene. According to the test results, DNA of an unknown male was found.
With the emergence of such evidence, this investigation would indeed have been revitalized, and Ledell Lee might have even been released. Sadly, it's already too late now. Before being administered the lethal injection, when asked what his final words would be, he responded, "My dying words will always be as it has been. I am an innocent man."
You'll remember 4 years ago this month, Arkansas attempted something that had never been done before, to execute 8 death row inmates over a span of 11 days to beat the expiration date of one of the drugs in the lethal injection cocktail.
Jesse Tafero. In 1976, Jesse was convicted of murder of public service employees. During that time, it was believed that he and his wife Sonia together murdered 2 police officers, so both of them were sentenced to death. Jesse was the first in line to arrive. He was executed via electric chair in 1990. However, after 2 years, another person confessed to the murders of these 2 officers, Walter Rhodes, who had prior convictions. Sonia, who had not yet received the death penalty, was then released. For the same reason, Jesse Tafero would have been released as well. Cameron Todd Willingham. Cameron was executed in Texas in 2004 for allegedly setting a fire that killed his 3 young daughters. He always claimed his innocence, and the arson investigation used to convict him was questioned by leading experts before Willingham was executed. Since 2004, further evidence in the case has led to the inescapable conclusion that Willingham did not set the fire for which he was executed. Months after his execution, the Chicago Tribune published an investigative report that raised questions about the forensic analysis. The Innocence Project assembled 5 of the nation's leading independent arson experts to review the evidence in the case, and this prestigious group issued a 48-page report finding that none of the scientific analysis used to convict Willingham was valid. Carlos DeLuna. A Chicago Tribune investigation released in 2006 revealed groundbreaking evidence that Texas may have executed an innocent man in 1989. The defendant, Carlos DeLuna, was executed for the fatal stabbing of Texas convenience store clerk Wanda Lopez in 1983. The evidence uncovered by reporters Maurice Posley and Steve Mills cast doubt on DeLuna's guilt and points towards another man, Carlos Hernandez. They had the same name and looked so similar that their own families mistook photos of the men for each other. Later on, Hernandez confessed to the murder. There is a book written about this story, The Wrong Carlos, and the Netflix movie, The Phantom. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please press a like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos.